Some of my biggest lessons that I learned in 2025 came from failure. And in my life generally, the biggest lessons I've learned come from failure. I now know better to pay attention every time things don't seem to go my way, because last year in 2025, there were two major things that threw me off track as I thought, but in fact, they're some of the best things that happened to me. The first thing was when I lost my job. I didn't know what to do. Suddenly, I had a lot of time on my hand, and I started worrying about how I'm gonna survive. And I started thinking, oh my God, how am I gonna make it? Little did I know that time it's like a time that the Lord had ordained for me to be able to be grounded and to refocus and to start thinking about how I can make my life better. As if that was not enough, I lost something that I treasure so much. I lost my phone. Someone stole my phone. The phone that I used to create content. The phone that I used to literally entertain myself, to watch movies, Netflix, everything, to contact friends and family. And it was a big blow. I felt so bad, and I was like, why would this happen? How can this happen to me? How am I going to survive? But then I realized that as those things happened, it's like I was being redirected in thought, in mind, in the way I view things, and how God works through those things that we think are bad, but they're not really bad. So what happened is that because I had a lot of time on my hands, I started being intentional every time I get on the internet, and I was only watching things that I'm supposed to watch. And because I was having limited time on the internet, I was privileged even to refocus what I spent time watching. So I watched people that I know that are going to teach me something. I would literally just go, and instead of scrolling aimlessly, I would go to a particular channel and just watch a particular topic and search. I want to watch about this. And as I did that, I learned a lot. And one of the best things that I learned was to be intentional with God. Literally, the best thing that happened to me, it was, I think, during the last months of 2025, is to be intentional with God and to trust God and to walk with God in everything that I do. I learned to set a time. I literally started to be intentional and setting a time to have a devotional time with God. I always thought that I have been grounded as a Christian since I've been a Christian for some time, for 5 years. It's going to be 6 years in 2026. But at the end of this year, when I started being intentional with my devotional time and reading my Bible, and going to church, being intentional about the church that I'm going to, because all that happened when I set a time for my devotional time. And one of the best things that has happened to me ever since I started being intentional with God and walking with God is that I have learned even to hear the voice of God more clear. And every time I even have a question, when I ask the Lord something, I know He's going to answer. He may not answer right away. I just know, I am assured He's going to answer because God is faithful. And the other thing is that every time I pray, I have looked back and I realized that because I am intentional with God, I have a specific time for my devotional time. The Lord is also faithful. He answers every prayer. He answers all the questions. He redirects my footsteps. And just one thing, if you're watching this video and you are wondering what is a devotional time, because I believe one thing that is going to change your life is when the Lord redirects you to focus on Him. So for me, as I told you in the beginning of this video, that the best things happened to me as a result of bad things happening to me. When I lost my job one, and when I lost my phone, my focus was redirected, so I was able to have time to focus on God. The Lord was able to get my attention, and as the Lord got my attention, I was able to start having a devotional time. The Lord is now intentionally making my life better. So if you before you lose your job, before you lose your phone, or whatever that is taking away your time, I want to tell you that one of the best things that you can ever do for yourself is to be intentional with God. A devotional time is where you set time and tell the Lord, I'm going to meet you at this time. I will be praying at this specific time. It's a good thing. It's a good idea to be specific and say you will be meeting the Lord at that particular time. The Lord is faithful. He will be there. Whether you show up or not, He will be there. But it's a good idea to show up. So meet with the Lord. Ask Him, talk to Him, whether you're stressed, whether you're disappointed. Pour out your heart, pray, read your Bible, sing songs of worship and praise, and you will be amazed at how life-changing that will be. So as you go into 2026, this is one of the first messages, this is one of the first videos I'm making for 2026. As you go into 2026 and as you plan, I'm also still planning. Don't call me lazy. I'm also still planning for my year 2026. Because honestly, I didn't do it in December. In December, I was too distracted. And I don't want to rush things. I want to do them I'd rather do it the right way than rush through things. So I'm still in the planning process for my year. I feel like when I eventually finish doing my planning, I will talk about it and share with someone so that they can know also how to plan. But I'm still planning, and I never knew how it is life-changing to literally even plan for the year with the Lord, being intentional with God. So if you do not already have a devotional time, a specific time that you meet with the Lord, I would like to encourage you to do that as you plan for the new year. Please make it a priority to have a devotional time with the Lord. Your life will be changed. You'll come back and say, and maybe leave a comment, or if you already have a devotional time, let us know in the comments, how has that changed your life? What's your experience like? For me, it's amazing. One of the best things that ever happened to me. Okay? If you found this video interesting, I want to link a playlist with other Christian content I've done before. I'll see you in the next video. Be blessed.